Hi all, Charmain from Tassie here. And to welcome in the spring, I have a poem about energy. As usual, it is cryptic and open to your own interpretation of truth. If at first you think you don't understand, just re-listen. And know that if you are listening to this, then you are not here to learn, but to remember. Inside each and every one of you is the atom of truth that will push its way forward and reveal to you your own knowing of truth. Define energy. There seems to be confusion within your world today on energy in motion, a molecular display. For some, there is only darkness, others only light. Yet in the very beginning, the balance created sight. The very thought of nothingness seems to speak of dark, yet light without the matter, it too will hold no spark. For if there is no movement of darkness or the light, then this therein is nothingness, therefore there is no sight. Within the heart of humanity there is balance to be found. Both light and dark create the spark, and atoms are unwound. Within this great unwinding, a molecular display, this force created a universe. God, energy, what does your heart say? Energy in motion, the nothingness is gone. Yet in each and every moment, a stillness is reborn. It is with sight within us that vision comes to play, with hindsight or the foresight which reality comes to stay. For now in your molecular universe, the sight is what you see, everything created to fulfill all and every need. Now if for just one moment you close your eyes to see the inner wisdom shown there, remnants of what has been, to see the earth before you and feel her at your feet, and in that precious moment feel her eternal beat. This creates a vision not born of flesh and eyes, but a knowing deep within you awakens and thus begins to rise. A portrait deep within you needs no eyes to see, yet a sight so defining there is truth in the mystery. Energy is the movement of both dark and light, molecular matter in motion, yet what you think is your plight. If you think in terms of light and dark being good or bad, then your eyes will soon tell you on which side you stand. For this universe is structured not only by what you see, yet if only seen through light, then nothingness would be. And the same would go for darkness, a stillness vast and deep, all atoms within the nothingness, only able to sleep. Everything is energy, both the light and dark, but only if it's moving, creating universal sparks. For friction is the movement required to evolve. This therein is the mystery for humanity to solve. Energy can be likened to the invisible thing called air. Your being would cease to exist if it wasn't there. Yet your eyes cannot explain it, for nothing does it see. Yet when clouds roll in and the wind does blow, this you can see when the air is in flow. This then is likened to the energy of which you all do speak, the phantom air of energy that without it your soul would sleep. Every thought you think upon requires energy. From process to process, energy is the synergy. So without this synergy of energy, there could of course be no air. Are you beginning to see the problem, the cause of humanity's despair? An invisible orchestra, energy at play, a delightful dancing spirit. It does just what you say. Because within your intellect there is nothing to define, both good and bad, dark and light, the movement of both in time. So perhaps the history tells us you're not the only ones, and perhaps this thing called energy is also the reason for what is beyond. You seem to think that human is the only flesh there is, and although you live in a multiverse, You see only where you live. You have a word called consciousness. Yet what does that word mean? When simply put, sometimes mistook, it is everything in between. They tell you you can't find it. It isn't really there. Naked eye can't see it. Yet humanity beware, for all and every consciousness shows up on the grid. Everywhere is energy, the movement of light and dark. It can be seen in the in-between and then imposed upon the grid. It causes sparks and coloured marks, all numbered and in sync. And if your religion tells you that energy is sin, perhaps then this is the time for you to begin again. Science and spirituality could be light and dark, yet one must equal the other, or the answer is a lie. So when thinking upon the energy, do not impede the flow. Allow all thoughts then be the God, and let all the negative ones go. Know that within your being are the scales of good and bad. Fear not your inner demons, for they too have a task at hand. Think not in terms of evil or always being good. Know that you are programmed to rise above the flood. So now we speak of programs, born of energy. Somebody out there thought it, then it came to be. Your world today is programmed to block your consciousness. So much distress and negative mischief is afoot. But know that deep within you, set there by default, a personal destiny program designed to point to home. So like the air you breathe, let the energy weave within your every atom. Let it transform your world and bound by truth, a perfect, balanced outcome. Thank you for listening. I'll put all the links below so that you can find this in a hard copy or send me an email asking me questions. Have a wonderful day.